Hey everybody, good evening. Harry Newhand here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Harry Newhand here with the Sales Coaching Hub. Thanks for joining me today. I know this is a surprise pop-up Facebook Live. As a heads up, next Monday I am going to be doing not a pop-up, but a regularly scheduled Facebook Live. I've got something I want to share with you guys next Monday. That would be the 1st of October. Actually, the 2nd. I think it's October 2nd, but it's the first week of October. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. Hope everybody winding down their summer and getting into autumn here. 2 days ago was the first day of autumn, so here we are. It's here, and already in my backyard, the leaves are falling off the mulberry tree and the apple tree. So up here in the Midwest in Detroit, Michigan, we got autumn is happening, fall is happening. So what I want to talk about today is distractions, understanding distractions, what they are, how to look out for them. We all have them. I mean, they come in so many different forms. And if you understand them in what they actually do and what they are and how you can use them and how you can avoid them and prevent them, it makes your life a whole lot easier. One of the most common themes with the clients that I talk to is, I got distracted with this. And even prospects that have an appointment scheduled with me. Hey, I got distracted with this. I got distracted with that. I got to reschedule. And it's a common theme. And I don't know if it's an excuse or not, but I know that I have distractions and I've had them my entire business career. But when I understood what they actually were and what they were doing, I was able to manage them and I was able to prepare to avoid them. And so I want to share with you a couple of things. First of all, understanding what a distraction actually is. And here's a simple definition. I don't know if it's the Webster version or not, but it's one that I have, and it's one that I was taught. A distraction is anything that prevents you from doing your daily method of operation, your DMO. So whatever prevents you, good or bad. So if it's raining out, or if the sun's shining, it's absolutely gorgeous day, or if it's snowing and it's 10 degrees out, they could each be a distraction depending on what you want to do. If you want to go snow skiing, 10 degrees and snowing is great. But if you don't want to shovel the snow and you're not interested in dealing with a bitter cold, those of you in Arizona, of course, you guys don't know what I'm talking about, or Phoenix, you don't know what I'm talking about, but here it gets pretty cold and it gets snowy. But they're all distractions are equal. If it prevents you from doing your daily method of operation, it's a distraction. So whatever that is. Now, if you understand that, you can accept it and move forward. You can also prepare for it. You can build barriers and buffers. Now, there's always going to be, you say, well, Harry, a funeral is not the same kind of distraction as a wedding. And according to my definition, it is. But I understand that there's certain things that we don't plan for. We certainly don't plan for funerals. They happen, unfortunately. And death happens. Weddings, we obviously prepare for because we know they're coming. So I saw a commercial the other day on TV, and this guy was on a business call, and his daughter was looking through a book, and she looked up to him and she says, "Dad, how really big is the ocean?" And he says, "Let me call you back." He hung up the phone, got prepared, took his daughter in the car, and they drove to the ocean. Apparently, they didn't live that far away. But he stopped what he was doing because he wanted to spend that quality time with his daughter. Now, did it prevent him from doing his daily method of operation? Yes, but he understood it, he managed it, and he said, this time is more valuable for my daughter, for our relationship, for the bonding, to show her what an ocean actually is. So that's the barriers and buffers that I'm talking about, is accept certain things and build them into your daily method of operation. Make time for them, block them out. Say, okay, I've got to do 4 hours of prospecting. Prospecting, what I see and what I read on a lot of the groups that I belong to and the clients that I work with, prospecting seems to be the hardest thing to do. All these distractions prevent them from doing the prospecting that they know they need to do. Now, prospecting is not easy, but if you're not prospecting, you're out of business. And there's different forms of prospecting. One of the easiest is running ads, but you got to learn how to run them, and that's the hard and expensive part. Organic marketing, organic prospecting is time consuming. It's easier, it's cost efficient as far as dollars goes, but as far as time goes, it's not cost efficient. It's very expensive as far as the amount of time you have to spend with organic prospecting. But prospecting can be a distraction if you find reasons not to do it. Same thing with procrastination. We procrastinate to prospect because we know that once we start prospecting, it's a grind to prospect, and it's doing it certain ways. Again, if you're running an ad, if you hire somebody to run ads for you, that's a different kind of an animal. It's a totally different conversation. But whatever's preventing you from doing your daily method of operation. So accountability, first of all, don't beat yourself up. We all go through it. I mean, you can beat yourself up all you want, but it's not going to get anything accomplished. What you want to do is you want to start blocking time. Block time, understanding that if I've got to prospect 2 hours a day, put it on your calendar and make sure that you do. So there's a phrase that was taught to me a long time ago. If you're going to be someplace, make sure you're there. Not only physically, but mentally. If you're sitting on the ground playing with your kids, make sure you're there and not mentally someplace else. If you're on a date, make sure you're there and not mentally at the office trying to figure out how you're going to pay the bills. So these are all things that we all go through. Don't beat yourself up. Prepare for them. Understanding is an objection. Understanding that procrastination and distractions, it can be an objection as well with your clients. Your clients are your prospects that you're trying to follow up with, that are ghosting you, that you've already made 1 or 2 calls with, and you're trying to close them, or you're trying to bring them on as a client. They have distractions also, and whatever's preventing them from connecting back to you to get the job done, to get the deal done, those are distractions. And finding a way around those, finding the right language, finding the words, finding the phrases, the word tracks, that is one of the things that I teach my clients, is getting the right word tracks. And you almost never get it right in the first try. It's a testing process. Try this, try that. To follow up at the first call, follow up after the second call, follow up after the third call, and you're going to get shot down, you're going to get ghosted. But if you test different word tracks to help break through their distractions, because here's what you really want. You really want an answer. And if you did your job right, if you did the presentation right, whether it's yes or no, take your emotions out of the result and focus on getting an answer, yes or no. So understanding that they have distractions, you have distractions, and sometimes they butt heads and they get in the way. So if you get the right word tracks, you get the right language, and as long as you have your daily method of operation in place, locked in place, and you're doing it, you're doing the work, understanding that there are some things that are going to try to pull you away, you've got to have the disciplines to hang tough. You've got to have the disciplines to stay strong. You've got to have the disciplines to keep on track. And that's what eventually will lead to success. Jim Rohn had a famous phrase, and you guys have heard me say it on here before. A few simple disciplines repeated every single day equals success, equals fortune. A few simple disciplines repeated every single day over a period of time equals fortune. Just like bodybuilding. You don't just go from weaky, wimpy guy to the Mr. America overnight or over 1 year. It's a process of simple disciplines repeated every single day over a period of time. The other half of that is also true. A few simple errors in judgment repeated every single day over a period of time equals pennies, equals broke, equals sickness, equals discomfort and disease. Little disciplines and little errors. It's such a fine line. You've got to find out what is in your daily method of operation. Understand that there's going to be distractions pulling you away. There's going to be a distraction that pulls you away from doing your exercise every single day, whatever that looks like, from doing your walk, from doing your yoga, from doing your meditation. There's going to be distractions that come at you from all different angles from doing what you need to do to get to where you want to go. So here's the definition again. Anything that prevents you from doing your daily method of operation is a distraction. So understanding that, you can prepare for it, you can plan for it, and you can block time to do your job, do your business, and create those disciplines that you need to get to where you want to go. All right, everybody. See you next week, next Monday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be on here. Got some things I want to share with you, some exciting things to kick off the last quarter of the year. I learned how to work the calendar and use the calendar to work for me. So I'm going to share some of that with you. And also got a couple of announcements I want to share with you too. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.